Okay, hello everybody. Hello, and welcome. How's everyone doing today? It's Monday. Uh-oh. Well, for some people, Monday sucks. I used to be one of those people. Back when I had an office job, I hated Mondays. I'm like, oh, crap, here we go. Back to the grind, 9 to 5 all week, right? Actually, when I had an office job, it was more like 8 to 7. That was more like because I was on salary and, try to get you as much work as humanly possible back when I used to have that kind of a job. Now at least now I make my own hours, and if I work longer, I actually have potential to gain from that, which is a good thing. If you guys haven't noticed, recently I've been working longer. At night, I've usually been doing a much later second stream when I can, okay? So anyway, welcome everybody. Today is Monday, November 26, 2018. How are you guys doing? I hope I find you well heading into this festive holiday season. That's right. We're almost at the end of November, heading into December. All the festivities of the Christmas season are now in full effect everywhere that I go. I'm feeling very, very festive as well. Got Christmas decorations up all over my house. And been listening to Christmas music, watching Christmas specials. It's been pretty sweet. So, what are we doing this week? Well, we're doing a lot. We're going to be continuing on with ongoing playthroughs, and hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, actually wrapping up a few ongoing playthroughs that have been going on for quite some time, okay? We'll talk about that in a moment. Also, a new game this week in Darksiders 3, which will premiere tomorrow, okay? It should be a good one. Should be a good variety of stuff this week that will keep us all occupied and entertained here on my streams. I hope you guys are excited for all of that stuff. Yeah, just good stuff. Good vibes all around. Feeling good. Everything's been doing pretty well. Certainly cannot complain about the streams recently. They've been quite good. Okay. Alright, so I hope you guys have been enjoying the streams as well. What are we doing today? Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we are doing a major stream of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, I haven't done a major stream of Assassin's Creed Odyssey in a long time. It's been several weeks, if not a month. I think it's been several weeks. I don't think it's been a month yet. And the bottom line is we're near the end of the game, finally. Finally. And I know, because I've been playing this game since early October. But if you actually look at how long I've played it, I actually haven't necessarily played it super long. I think I'm at like 36 or 37 hours. Which for an Assassin's Creed game, don't get me wrong, is an incredibly long time to play it. But when you actually compare that to the length of many other games this year, it's kind of in line with a lot of the major games. For example, games like God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, and of course my ongoing playthrough of Dragon Quest XI. This has definitely been, one of the longest... How can I say it? One of the years where the games have been the longest in recent memory. Like, can you name another year when the vast majority of major releases ended up being incredibly long gameplay experiences? Like, I don't even know if I could do that. If anything, this is definitely good for those of us who enjoy getting mileage out of games that we buy, right? But in the case of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I kind of think this is a double-edged sword. And the reason that I'm saying that is because, we're, 36 hours in. I've been playing this game for over a month. In fact, I looked it up last night. I think this is going to be like my 14th or 15th session playing this game. That's how crazy it is. Now, admittedly, a lot of the sessions I've been doing of Assassin's Creed have been nighttime sessions that are only like 2 hours. Okay? But that being said, a game can wear out its welcome. And because this game, Odyssey, requires grinding, out of my 36 hours that I've been playing the game, I could argue probably about 15 hours were grinding. And I don't mean, just, killing generic enemies, but having to do repetitive side missions that really is just go take over a base, go take over a base, go take over a base, kill the millionth fucking mercenary, right? Having to do that so much, I understand why some people have been turned off to the game, and, some people are like, dude, everyone who focused on this game beat it a month ago. I mean, you're right. As you guys know, I've been juggling so much stuff that it's been pretty tough to maintain an audience for Assassin's Creed, even though, admittedly, it's not that I hate the game, But the game does have a lot of shortcomings. The combat system that doesn't necessarily work well when you're being attacked by multiple enemies. The dodge not really working properly, and you can't really focus on the enemy you want. It constantly shifts by itself. The fact that the mercenaries infinitely respawn right in the middle of you trying to do a mission at a base or something. There are many shortcomings to the game, but I also have really enjoyed it, which is why I've continued to play it. Like, I could have dropped this game many different times, but I toughed through the grinding and everything. And here we are, you know, finally reaching near the end. If you guys aren't aware, I'm level 35, and you can beat the game around level 40. So I'm getting close to the end, and the rate that I've been playing, usually I gain a level every 1 to 2 hours. So, you know, you figure after today's 4+ hours of gameplay, maybe I'll hit like level 38, something like that. So another couple sessions, I may actually be able to finish up the story of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, the game does have optional, content post-game. And what I mean by that is there are mythical creatures that you can fight. I believe it's the Minotaur. I think the second one's the Cyclops. Although I'm not sure if that was already in the game or if that was added in as DLC content for free. And then I know that there's a Medusa. People have told me all of this and said that these are mythical creatures you can fight, but you basically have to be level 40 or higher, and to fight the Medusa, you have to be level 50. Will I be doing that? I'll be honest, initially probably not. More than likely, once I wrap up the main story of the game, I'll give it a rest, but I may come back to it as more of a downtime thing, you know, every couple nights if I have nothing to do, and I want to do some grinding or whatever, to try to get some levels to see if I can just fight these beasts, I might do so, okay? But at the very least, I'm definitely finishing up the main story of the game. So today, 4+ hours of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Where are we in the game? I'm currently in Olympia, which is, as it sounds, the birthplace of the Olympics. And we're going to participate in the Olympics. That's the main story mission. But at the same time, there have been a bunch of optional side missions that have opened up that I've been playing and enjoying. So I've actually been getting a lot of extra experience points and everything in this region, which is good. And I think today, right off the bat, when we start, there's going to be a big boost of experience and fun missions and things to get everything going, you know, nicely here. Okay? So, it should be a good stream today. And by the way, as you guys know, Assassin's Creed, there's a lot of action, but it also lends itself to allow me to interact with you guys more. So this could be a much more interactive stream rather than me be hyper-focused on gameplay, like, say, a Black Ops stream or something like that. I'll definitely be able to interact with you guys today, so I hope you guys are up for that, up for chatting it up during the course of the stream, okay? Now, later tonight, my second stream is going to be the return of Blackout. I have not played the Battle Royale mode of Black Ops 4 in about 2 weeks, so this will be a good return to it. Looking forward to it. It'll be at least 2 hours, if not a little longer. It depends on how the stream goes tonight. I do have the ability to go later if I so feel like I want to. And as you know, when I play Blackout as well, there's a lot of opportunity for interaction. So today's going to be a pretty interactive day. All right. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, it is the premiere of Darksiders 3. Now, I'm definitely playing this game because I loved Darksiders 1. I liked Darksiders 2, but admittedly, I actually thought 1 was better. I think I'm in the minority there. A lot of people actually really liked 2 over 1. But then the game series went on hiatus as THQ went out of business, and then eventually were bought by another publisher, and finally were put back on the development track for this game. It is now finally coming out, and I'm excited to play it starting tomorrow. Okay? Hope you guys will join me for the big premiere. Join me for that on stream here. Okay? And then tomorrow night is going to be another Dragon Quest stream, I believe. I'm trying to remember what I scheduled. I'm pretty sure it's Dragon Quest to balance off with that. Because Dragon Quest, for those who weren't here last night, has been quite productive. And finally, I'm advancing to the point where I'm getting some really good stuff. Last night, I got some really good high-level equipment. Okay? And basically, now I'm figuring out where the quests are I need to do post-game in order to level up and stuff. So, I'm going to keep going in Dragon Quest. It's been quite a lengthy amount of Dragon Quest content, and that'll be tomorrow night, okay? Wednesday is my day off this week, ladies and gents, so finally I'll have a day off from streaming. But I'll be back on Thursday with more Darksiders 3 and probably more Assassin's Creed at night. And then Friday, I'll do more Spyro 3. That's right, I'll finally return to Spyro 3 after kind of staying away from it all week. And then I will be doing probably more Dragon Quest at night, okay? So, that's a pretty full weekend. You know, continues on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You know, I'm not sure when my next day off is. I actually have to check my schedule tonight. And hopefully I'll be able to update that schedule and let you guys know when the next day off from streaming will be. More than likely, it's going to end up being around a full week here of streaming. So there you go. It should be great. Now, a couple quick things. There will be an Indies Marathon the first week of December. I'm going to try to do it right before the release of Smash Brothers on the Switch. That will be a whole day where I'll be trying out different various indie games. And just so you guys know, I'll give you an idea. Hold on, I have the list here. Here it is. Yeah, I know it's been quite some time since I announced what games I would be playing in this marathon. You know, basically this marathon qualified to happen like 2 months ago. But I knew I had the Halloween marathon coming up, and I knew that this month was going to be jam-packed with new releases. So finally I'm going to have a chance to do this marathon. What games am I playing? Here we go. It's going to be Ruiner, Stardew Valley, Axiom Verge, Sonic Dreams Collection, Minecraft on consoles, and I'm actually going to talk about that in a moment, and I Want to Be the Guy. So some of these I've already played. I Want to Be the Guy I played. Incredibly difficult game. We'll see how that one goes. And Stardew Valley I've played before. I obviously know what that is. A very chill game. So we have a lot of interaction during that. Minecraft on consoles. I'm going to be playing that on the Xbox One. Reason being, I got a tip overnight from someone. $1 tip. And they said, if you're going to play a console version, you have to get it on Xbox One. That's the version that gets updated constantly, just like the PC version. If I get the PS4 version, they rarely update it like on time. And it makes sense because Microsoft owns the franchise. So it makes sense that I should get that on Xbox One, and I'm probably going to be doing that, okay? Now, in addition to that, you got weird games like Sonic Dreams Collection, and you got Axiom Verge, which I never even heard of, and we got Ruiner, okay? So more than likely, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 2 or 3 of these during this marathon stream, see if people get bored or whatever. If people are really liking it, I'll just keep going. And then I'll see how many I can fit. I mean, it's 6 games. That's going to be pretty hard to do within a marathon unless I literally say, okay, 1 hour's up, quit out, you know, and go to the next game. Typically what happens during these gaming marathons is some games go over well, and I end up playing them longer. Some games don't go over so well, and people are like, this is boring, and they ask me to move on to something else. That very well might happen, okay? We'll have to see what happens during this marathon, okay? So we'll see. So anyway, that's going to be coming up not this week, but next week. I'm not exactly sure when, because I have to figure out when my day off is going to be next week. So it's definitely going to be one of the days before the release of Smash Brothers, the first week of December. Okay? So just throwing that out there so everyone is aware of what's going on with that. Also, excuse me. Keep in mind that later on in December, there will be a holiday gaming marathon where I'll be playing a variety of games. I'll be dressed up in holiday garb. I'll be drinking. Everything will be merry and bright. There'll be a special edition of DSP Tries It for the holiday theme. It's going to be a pretty awesome event. And if you want to get in on that event, if you want to be able to nominate and vote on whatever games I play during that event, and by the way, anything is fair game. Fighting games, role-playing games, action, you know, turn-based, first-person shooter. You want to see me play actual Christmas-themed video games? That's great. Whatever. I'm allowing it to be wide open, whatever kind of games people want to see me play during this Christmas event, okay? You have to pledge $5 or more to my Patreon by the end of this month, and then you have the ability to do that. So you basically have 4.5 days, you know, the rest of today, and then the 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th of November. So 4.5 days left to pledge to my Patreon and become one of the people that's going to formulate and form this event. Head over to patreon.com/DarkSidePhil now. Please consider pledging $5 or more. If you do, number one, it helps me out tremendously, and number two, you're going to have an unprecedented amount of power when it comes to this upcoming event. Okay, guys? Thanks to anyone who does pledge to this event. However, keep in mind, there's other perks as well when you pledge to my Patreon, including things such as getting thank you shout-outs in my videos, being able to post up in a premium section of my forums with other patrons, getting a private Q&A video made for yourself. Really awesome stuff. Check it out. All the details are on my Patreon, okay? All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I really want to talk about before we get started here. Not in particular. Nothing's really coming to mind here. Let me go put this list back before I spill something on it or something and I ruin it. Okay. Alright, so, yeah, I'm trying to think. Off the top of my head, is there anything going on that I want to talk about before we get into, like, plugs and everything? Nothing's really coming to mind. So I guess what we'll do, let's jump into the plug segment. I'll do some quick plugs here on the stream, and then I'll give shout-outs for those who have contributed. Reminder, guys, it is Monday, and that means that the cheering leaderboard for the week has been reset. That means that if you can see, look at the top of the stream there, those people who were there are new additions because this reset for the week. So great opportunity if you've ever wanted to get on the leaderboard for top cheerer of the week and get some recognition. Today would be the day to do it before that leaderboard populates with a bunch of people cheering. Good opportunity right now to jump on, okay? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's do some plugs, and then we'll get to shout-outs, and then we'll get to Assassin's Creed. Sound good? So, ladies and gents, thank you very much for being here on the pre-stream. And thank you very much for supporting my efforts to continue to do this for a living. I've done it for a living since 2011. I've done this as a hobby since 2008. I love doing it. I love sharing my honest gameplay experiences with you guys on a daily basis. And in particular, this end of the year, things are always really festive and nice and positive. And I appreciate all of your support, okay? So that being said, there are many ways you can support my efforts to keep doing this. You already know about Patreon because I already explained it. There's also my Teespring shop where I sell merchandise that is catered towards, my various things over the years. I've got a 10-year anniversary line of product to celebrate my 10-year anniversary as a content creator this year. I have a new holiday line of product, including very festive things like 'Tis the Season to Be Gaming and the like. Please give it a look over at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming, okay? So, yes, thank you very much to anyone who gives a look to my Teespring store, and thank you to anyone who buys anything from my Teespring store. In particular, someone actually bought a bunch of stuff the other day. I think it was like 2 days ago, and the thing is, I don't really actively check, so I just was randomly checking this morning. I was like, holy crap, someone actually bought a bunch of stuff, and one of them was one of the holiday-themed things, I think, and then a couple other things. So thank you very much to that person. Shout out, and anyone who is looking to buy something from my Teespring store in the next couple of weeks, just to give you fair warning, Teespring, all right, is not, I repeat, is not a pre-made business. It's a made-to-order business. And you might say, well, what does that mean? It means that unlike Amazon, they don't have a giant warehouse of inventory that's sitting around waiting to ship when you order. They make the product when you order it. So, for example, if you want to get a shirt or a mug or something in time for Christmas, you need to order soon. Because typically, from what I've experienced, it takes about 3 weeks or more for a order to be ordered, get created, be processed, shipped, and arrive. Now, that varies. It depends on where you live in the world as well. Obviously, if you live in the United States, it'll be a little bit quicker. If you live outside of the States, it's going to take a lot longer, okay? So, if you are looking for something before the holidays, or get it in time for the holidays, okay, you're definitely going to want to place your order sooner rather than later, okay? Teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. Again, thanks to anyone who checks it out, and thanks to anyone who buys it. Okay, sounds good? Okay, very nice. All right. Oh, by the way, yes, Canada Sin, I forgot to mention this on pre-stream. I'll mention it now. The reports are, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard them yet, Red Dead Redemption Online is supposed to launch later this week. Apparently, it's supposed to launch, I think, on like the 27th or 28th for people who bought the Ultimate Edition of the game. That's incredibly expensive. And supposedly, the full public launch will be later this week, maybe around Friday-ish. But just to forewarn all of you, the same thing was said about Grand Theft Auto Online, and it didn't work at all. It was a complete and utter failure. So even though I would be very happy to try it and see what it is. And definitely this weekend, I would love to do that this coming weekend. There's no guarantee we'll be able to. All right, I will say this, absolutely, I 100%, I absolutely 100% want to check it out and see what it is. I mean, if it turns out to be something fun where I could do Suicide Kings again and stuff like that, it could be an amazing content piece to try out on streams, have interactivity with viewers. It could be really awesome. But at the same time, knowing how bad Grand Theft Auto Online was at launch, I am not having high hopes for it. So we'll definitely give it a look this weekend when it launches. Will it be on Friday when they claim it's going to launch? I don't know. It might be a waste of time. Let's see what happens. But yeah, I am excited for that, and I apologize. I completely forgot to mention that earlier on the pre-stream. Definitely going to be checking that out when it finally does become available. Okay? All right, let's continue. So, ladies and gentlemen, today on the stream, if you would like to have some interaction with me and get a shout-out, you can if you either cheer with bits, subscribe to the channel, or tip me. Any of those things, I will give you a shout-out for your contribution during the stream. However, I will ask that if you are going to contribute, to please follow certain criteria to be in line with the channel rules and also the terms of service of Twitch. Number one, please be positive. Please do not bring in insults against myself or others. Please do not bring in insults against content creators, stream chatters, anyone. We don't want to insult people, okay? Please do not reference detractors, naysayers, detractor memes. I don't care about what other people are doing to me. I don't care what other people who are illegally restreaming my content on a daily basis. I don't care about any of that shit. I just want to have a fun, chill stream where we can relax. We can, you know, enjoy games together. You can see my honest reactions to them. We can have fun. We can talk, right? That's what it's all about. That's why I don't also allow diversive topics on stream like politics or religion, because this is a stream where we're supposed to escape the drama and escape all the pain and annoyance of the real world. You come here to escape from all that and to just relax and have fun, right? That's what you're here for. You're not here to have a drama-filled stream. So that being said, please abide by these rules, and in general, most people do, and the streams end up being really good, okay? Now, if you would like to continue on in the vein of support, and you would like to see a fun animation play on today's stream in conjunction with your contributions, you could do that if you either cheer 100 bits or more in a single cheer, if you subscribe to the channel and click the share button after you do, or if you tip me $5 or more in a single tip, a fun thank you animation will pop up to give you even extra recognition. Now, I have in place a special holiday-themed animation for those who tip, okay? So if you do tip me, you'll see a fun holiday-themed one for Christmas. I may have other holiday-themed animations on the way. I'm not sure yet. Someone told me they may be working on them, but I'll let you know when I have more information about that. Okay, guys? All right, very nice. Now, as you guys can see, we have a stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen. This will be updated periodically during the course of today's stream when we get people who are either the top cheerer or top tipper. That'll give you ongoing recognition during the stream. We'll also be tracking subs. Thanks to anyone who has subscribed recently. As you can see, our subs are up, which is great. By the way, guys, until we had the artificial sub inflation by a certain person who will not be named because they ended up being a troll who got permanently banned, we were up to around 575 subs as like the record on the channel. So we're actually near there. I'm very pleased about that. It basically means that people are excited about what I've been doing recently. You know, this is good stuff. So thank you for your support. For anyone who has subscribed and you're enjoying those emotes, you're enjoying the Chat Crown loyalty badge that you get for being a sub that were newly redesigned. And of course, your people who sub don't have to watch ads, which is always a good thing, because who the hell likes to watch ads? I don't think there's a single person on the planet that likes to watch ads unless it's during the Super Bowl, right? All right. Is that right? Is okay? Is that right? Now, I guess last but not least, if you're interested in tipping me, as I already mentioned, it's one of the methods you can contribute. This method is completely separate from cheering and subbing and outside of the realm of anything Amazon or Twitch related. You could do that. I know some people don't want to contribute via those methods because they're through Amazon or Twitch or whatever. There's two ways to tip me. The first way is to type !tip into the stream chat, which will bring up a link. Or if you look below the stream, you may see a tip jar button. If you do on either of those things, it'll bring you a link that'll bring you to my tips page, and you can either be anonymous or you can leave your name in a message. Tipping helps me out tremendously, especially this time of year when I am trying to collect funds for my upcoming tax situation coming in the spring. It is much appreciated. Any contributions, but tips, you know, in particular, is a way that helps out. So thanks anyone who considers doing it. All right, that is it for the pre-stream plugs. It is now time for the shout-outs for those who have contributed, okay? So first of all, overnight, we had several people who contributed. We had Infinite55 who did a 500-bit overnight cheer. Thank you very much, Infinite, for that. I appreciate that. We also had Golden Colts, who did a 125-bit cheer overnight. Thank you very much, Golden Colts, for your ongoing contributions. Very much appreciated. Then I did receive a $1 tip, and that $1 tip was warning me that if I am going to play Minecraft on consoles, and this is an anonymous tipper, by the way, that if I am going to play Minecraft on consoles, I should play the Xbox One version because Microsoft actively updates it along with the PC version, while they don't usually update the PlayStation 4 version right away. Fair enough, that makes sense, and that is what I will be doing when I play Minecraft in this Indies Marathon. I'll get it on Xbox One. Okay, moving on. Now to people who contributed today. Again, we start with Golden Colts, who did a 100-bit cheer. Okay, so let's get Golden Colts up on the leaderboard here. Thank you again very much for your support. Now, we had a detractor who did a 100-bit cheer calling me a liar. Since this person decided to be a jerk, I'm not going to read their name, but I am going to actually address what they said because, as usual, the dregs of the internet making shit up completely and want to make me look bad, saying that I made up all the information that I told you guys about losing my partnership. It's completely false. That's not what happened. What happened is I had a partnership with Curse on YouTube for about a year and a half. And this partnership was good. Ad revenue wasn't as great as it used to be on YouTube, but no one's was, right? But I very much enjoyed my partnership with Cursed. A couple times I had problems, they helped me out, they had my back, and then I was contacted in either, I forget now, it was either late June or early July, or both, I don't remember, by Curse, and what they basically told me was, not that they didn't like having me as a partner. In fact, they said, we like your content. We know all about you because we know you're, you know, a 10-year content creator, and we've had you for a year and a half, and, you know, we like having you as a partner. The problem is that, you know, we're making changes internally, and one of the changes that's happened is YouTube is now forcing us to basically be responsible for everyone who we have as a partner, which means whenever we get a complaint coming in against one of our partners, we're required to investigate it and either confirm or deny it. And if it's true, we have to discipline our partners. If it's not, we ignore it. We close the case. The problem is my channel in that a few months there, probably like early spring to mid-June, had gotten a ridiculous amount of false flags against it, stating that I was doing basically every possible wrong thing on YouTube. Nudity, community violations, copyright infringement, everything. And every single time that Curse looked into it, it was false. But because of the incredibly high frequency of false reports against my channel, they basically were putting in a ridiculous amount of labor hours. Like, there was at least like one person a day at Curse. Their whole fucking day was reviewing false claims against my channel. Okay? And they're like, it's just insane. They've never seen anything like this before. It was unprecedented. Never had they had a content creator where it had this much negative people going against them. And then they investigate it and it's all false. Like they said, we've investigated every one of the claims against you. Not a single one has ever been true. And we know your content's good because we now have to watch it to make sure that these claims are false. And everything you do is, you know, it's good stuff. So I can't believe how many negative people do shit to you. That's basically the gist of what they told me. And by the way, this was in a phone call with my direct line of contact at Curse. The guy felt so bad about the situation, he called me personally to talk to me about it. Okay? And he's like, you know, this really sucks because I know you've been such a long-time content creator, but because of the frequency of these false reports against you, we can't keep you as a partner. We just can't have this amount of labor cost on a daily basis and keep you on as a partner. You know, he said it would be one thing if, you know, you were making ridiculous amounts of money on YouTube, like, you know, back in the day, right? Back in the day when every video I put up got 10,000 or more views, and I was uploading like 20, 30 videos a day, so I was bringing in hundreds of thousands of views a day, you know what I mean? And everyone was making tons of money, then they would have been, all right, benefit of the doubt, we could keep doing it because we're making enough money to justify it. But just from a business perspective, when you're bringing in a certain amount of money, but you're incurring tons of labor hours, right, to cover Curse's butt, to make sure that they are doing due diligence with YouTube as a partnership network, it just didn't make sense anymore. Okay? So, basically, I lost my partnership with Curse this year, not because I did anything wrong, because I didn't. In fact, they told me personally in a phone call, we like you and your content, and you've never done anything wrong, but we have to drop you from our network because of the trolling against you. Okay? So when I was told this, obviously it was very disheartening, and as you guys know, it cost me thousands upon thousands of dollars, because I lost my partnership with Curse. I lost all ads on my channel for 3+ weeks. Then when the ads came back, they were wrong. They were not properly implemented. You know, it was a mess. So basically for 2+ months during the summer, I lost thousands upon thousands of dollars because of more fucking trolling activities against me. This is the 100% God's honest truth. And I wish that I could prove it, but I didn't record the phone conversation because that's illegal. You can't record someone without their permission. And it never was it put in writing to me because they said, we want to have a conversation with you because legal purposes and whatnot, you know, we can't have this kind of information in writing or whatever, but this is the deal behind the scenes of what's going on with you and your channel, and it sucks that this is the situation. Okay? So this all sucks, right? So I basically kind of told you guys this last week on Thanksgiving, and of course the detractors are saying it's a complete lie. Phil's lying because if you're not aware, a bunch of people were all released from Curse during the summertime. They were all sent these like form letters that were very generic with no real explanation of why they were released. And so Phil's full of shit. He's not the only one who was released from Curse. It's not because of what he said. He made that up completely. Bullshit. Like I said, I was actually personally contacted by them before anyone else lost their partnerships. I was told this was probably coming. Actually, it was about a 2-month build-up because I was initially told in sometime in June. Then in July, I had another call with them where they told me, yeah, we kind of made the final decision. We're going to release you. And then finally, if I remember correctly, it was like just early July. I think it was early July when they finally did release the channel. And even then it didn't work, by the way. They tried to release the channel, but it didn't release properly. And then it said that Curse had rights to all my videos and I couldn't advertise on them at all. Then when that cleared up, then I lost advertisements for 3 weeks. So it was a fucking mess, okay? It really was. But basically, the trolls, of course, want to completely make shit up and say, oh, you made up your whole story. The whole thing's fabricated. Oh, so, yeah, okay. So I didn't do anything to violate any rules on YouTube whatsoever, and I would just lose my partnership for no fucking reason? No, stupid. People are just dumb. They just want to make me a liar no matter what, with zero evidence, by the way, that I've ever lied. All they're doing is, I saw they're posting, oh, look, here's a bunch of form letters that other people who were with Curse got that said that they're released too, so Phil must have been one of them. He's a liar. No, fuck you. You know, just because I don't have concrete evidence to show you, like, an email, because they didn't send me one. Actually, I take it back. They did send me an email. And what actually the email says, if I remember correctly, is Curse is basically scaling back on the amount of partners they have, and therefore, you know, they're releasing me. It was basically a very generic email, but it's not even the email that, like, the form letter email. It's a different one that they specifically wrote for me. Because I even said, I said, what if I ever want to apply for partnership again? Can I have an email, at least from you, as evidence stating that I didn't do anything wrong? And they did send me that. But I had 2 separate phone conversations with them about this, with my rep with Curse. I still have contact with the rep at Curse, by the way. I can still talk to him whenever I want. He was very, very amicable with me and said, if you ever want to talk or catch up, or maybe in the future things will change and we can repartner you, but now we can't, you know. So anyway, the thing is, you know, the reason I'm bringing this up, a detractor just cheered and said, oh, you made all that up. Everyone else was released from Curse this summer too. It's not just you, and you made the whole story up. No, I didn't. But you're just an idiot who wants to believe whatever, right? You just want to believe whatever the hell you want to say. And they'll continuously fabricate shit and make shit up no matter what. If I released an email, they'd say I made it up. I wrote it myself. You know, there's nothing I can do. It's all hearsay. That's the bullshit. If I recorded the phone conversation, they would say that was one of my fans and he was impersonating a Curse representative. So it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I do. They will always say that I'm, you know, spin it to say that it's wrong or it's a lie or whatever. So it doesn't matter, okay? But the reason I'm bringing it up is just the latest thing, and this idiot just cheered to bring it up. So there you go. That's the full explanation. And by the way, that's pretty much why I'm in the situation I'm in. Because, number one, you know, the whole back taxes with the state and everything really screwed me over. But if I had been able to keep making consistent YouTube revenue and I didn't have a thousands and thousands of dollar dip during the summer, I would have made a lot of extra money, you know, because a lot of people say, well, what about all that money that Tutankhamun guy threw at Phil? It went to basically make up for the fact that for 2.5 months, I wasn't making any money on YouTube. That's where it went. It made up for that money, and now that's dried up. So it sucks because, you know, I was in a situation where if everything had stayed how it was, things actually would have went pretty well for me over the summer. But sadly, you know, that's not the case. All that extra money that supposedly I made wasn't extra. It just made up for the lost money because of troll activities against me on YouTube. And this keeps happening, and it's like, at what point will it fucking stop? At what point will these people fucking stop with this shit, you know? Anyway, enough of that. Let's move on positively to Rob Warren, who tipped me $10. He says, I had an appalling day, but blessed to be with you guys. Basically, this guy, I don't want to reveal what he said here because it actually revealed some personal information about him, and I don't know if he wants that to get out. But basically, he says, you know, he has a handicap, and sometimes it sucks when you have a handicap and things don't go according to plan. So, but thank you, Rob, for the tip. I appreciate that very much, and you know, your ongoing support is very much appreciated. Thank you. First tip of the day right there. Eternal Napalm cheered. He said, is Dragon's Dogma a good RPG? I've been thinking about checking the Dark Arisen version out after I'm finished with Nier Automata. I'd appreciate insight. Dragon's Dogma is an action-based RPG. It's open world, and you basically fight monsters in an open world environment with AI teammates. You can't necessarily control them, but you tell them what to do. Like, you give them predetermined AI actions. And for me, I played it as a melee class. And the game was very fun because what you can do is, like, fight these big monsters. You could jump on them and try to mount them and do, like, back attacks and stuff like that and do team-up attacks with your teammates. And the game's very grindy. If I remember correctly, I enjoyed playing this game. This was one of the games back in the day when I used to grind stuff at night. I used to grind, you know, in video games while I did other stuff. So I'd have, like, wrestling on, or I'd have a movie on, and while I was doing that, I'd be grinding in Dragon's Dogma, running around, killing monsters, leveling up, getting loot and stuff, and it was pretty fun. In general, the story of the game kind of stinks, but the actual combat and open world exploration and that kind of stuff is actually quite good, and I remember really liking the game. It's kind of weird, though, because I remember really liking it, but the game didn't seem to get much attention when I was playing it. Like, I remember in particular, you know, doing this playthrough of it, and people were, like, bored. And I didn't understand why, because I was like, I thought this game was quite entertaining and good, especially when you fight a new monster and you have to do some kind of, you know, cooperative takedowns and figure out its strategy or whatever. I thought it was quite interesting. In fact, I would say Dragon's Dogma, in a lot of ways, is kind of a variation on the Monster Hunter formula. Okay? If you ever played Monster Hunter, you know, you're playing by yourself or co-op, and you're trying to take down a big monster. That's kind of what Dragon's Dogma felt like, but in my opinion, it actually felt a little bit better than that. And I like that it was also more it's a medieval setting, rather than, oh, you know, Monster Hunter is just weird. It doesn't even seem to have, like, consistent, what is it supposed to be? You got futuristic weapons, like sniper rifles and shit, but at the same time, you've got, you know, like swords. So, basically, I liked Dragon's Dogma, alright? I did. Some people didn't. Some people thought that it was too much of a grind, which you would probably say the same thing for Monster Hunter. So it depends on what kind of gamer you are and what you actually like, I guess. If that's your deal, if you like a lot of grinding, and you like, you know, medieval setting, and you like magic, and you like, you know, cool things like that, you're going to like the game. But it didn't really bring in much attention to when I played it. Like, I remember playing the whole game and people getting bored of it, so... Okay. Alright, continuing on. Murdoch has tipped me $15. Thank you very much, Murdoch, for the $15 tip. You're the top tipper for the day. Let's get you up on the leaderboard here. Thank you very much for that, Murdoch. So thanks to Rob and thanks to Murdoch, both of you, for your generous tips today so far. Good way to start the day. Thank you. Judicious Echoes cheered. He says, as long as both parties consent, any confidential conversation can be recorded. Most states allow it regardless. That's right, Judicious Echoes, but as I said, number one, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have consented to that, because they wanted it to be a very candid conversation where we could use adult language and stuff like that, and they wouldn't have done that if, you know, it was a recorded conversation. All right. I'm pretty sure that if they actually wanted to have it in writing, they would have. They obviously didn't. I'm pretty sure they're not too happy about having to get rid of a 10-year content creator from their partner program because of troll activities. But, you know, it is what it is. That's reality. In addition, Judicious Echoes, again, it wouldn't have mattered if I recorded it. The detractors would have said I made it up anyway. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I do. They just say, oh, you know, you're a liar. You made it up. It's not a real email. It's not a real phone call. It's all fabricated. So, T-Dubs cheered. He says, new Ken Burns documentary based on letters sent home by Rockstar employees. Laughing out loud joke. Okay. I guess that's a joke. I don't know who Ken Burns is, so I think the joke went whoop right over my head. Kanji Monster has cheered. He says, why do you always hate on Monster Hunter? It's a good game series. I haven't hated on Monster Hunter at all. At all. And, you know, I've played it twice. The one time I played it on the 3DS, I thought it was good, but I thought it was too grindy, and that it would take far too long to do anything interesting because of having to grind for the items that you need. Then I played the beta of Monster Hunter World earlier this year, and I found it boring. I'm sorry, it's just not my kind of game. It's just not, you know. I'm sure there's some people out there that absolutely love the franchise. Everyone has different tastes. It's okay if someone doesn't like a game. For example, I'll give you an example. Do I like Monster Hunter? Not really. I think it's kind of grindy and boring. Am I going to put it on my top 10 worst games of the year countdown? No. I'm not an ignorant jerk, and I know that a lot of people loved the game. But I didn't play it, so I'm not going to bring it up as one of the better games of the year. You know what I mean? Okay. Oh, let's see here. Where exactly Judicious Echoes? Judicious Echoes just cheered. He said, "It's, you know, it seems like maybe, you know, the calls that they had to me was more for my information, you know, in case I want to cover myself trying to get another partnership rather than something that I would disclose publicly to other people." Right, exactly. You know, that's what I told them initially. I said, what if I want to try to get another partnership right now? You know, what could I do? Can I have some evidence at least that I didn't do anything wrong? And they said, yeah, we'll at least write you an email here that'll say, you know, this was our decision based on our criteria. You know, it had nothing to do with wrongdoing from your part. And I have that email. So that's good. But, right, the phone conversations were just to be candid and to explain why all of a sudden this was coming out of left field when I'd never done anything wrong. Yeah, it would have been one thing if I had repeatedly had violations against my channel, right? And they were legit violations and stuff like that. In fact, just to show you how much Curse had my back, last year, if you guys remember, I got a copyright strike from Atlas. And they were acting like it was a legit strike. And I contacted Atlas and I was like, how can you give me a legit strike against my channel when I followed your criteria for playing Persona 5? I'm well within your criteria. I've played the game slowly. I never played up to the points that you said were not allowed. You know, everything is legit up to what you said, and you still gave me a copyright strike. And so, at that time, you know, when Atlas was looking into this, I contacted Curse. And I said, hey, Curse, you know, here's what happened. I don't want you guys to hold this against me when I did nothing wrong. I'm within what they said were their criteria for playing the game. And Curse came back to me and said, no worries. He said, look, you're absolutely right, and we've got your back. If they give you shit for this, let us know, and we'll try to fight for you, too, because this isn't your fault. You're doing what they said. You know, we're looking at your playthrough. You've never gone outside their criteria. You know, this is baloney. So, see what I mean? They had my back. I loved working with Curse. I did. I couldn't say more positive stuff about them. It was like night and day from my experience with Machinima. Because when I was with Machinima, it was like I would ask for help and you wouldn't even know who to ask. They wouldn't have a direct line of contact. You'd be confused. You try to write one person, they don't exist anymore. And then all of a sudden, Machinima would have a great initiative, a great positive initiative where we want to work with you guys. And then within 4 months, the whole initiative's been disbanded. Everyone's been laid off. Like, what the fuck is this? You know, how is this? What kind of a company is this that operates like this? There was a guy, let me give you some example. When I was with Machinima, if you guys remember, I went to E3, right? They actually sponsored me. They paid for my flight and my tickets to go to E3, okay? And I had a contact there. His name was Ryan. And I hung out with this guy a little bit while we were there. Cool guy. Got to meet him. You know, learn a little bit about him. He learned about me. and had some fun at E3 or whatever. He later on left the company, okay? So I no longer had him as a point of contact. Years later, he came back as the head of partner management. So he was the head of the partner program at Machinima. I had direct contact with him over the year of 2015. Remember that year when I had a lot of trolling on YouTube? He was helping me with all of those issues. He was talking with YouTube. He had YouTube on conference calls with me so we could deal with this stuff together. Then I needed help in early 2017. He had been gone again. he left the company again. So you see what I mean? Like, Machinima was a fucking mess. You never knew who to talk to. You didn't know who to trust. It was just a fucking mess. So, night and day, that's why I liked Curse. Curse, I always knew I had a point of contact. I know who to go to for things. Everything worked out well. They had my back. Everything was good. You know, it really sucked that I lost that partnership because it was a positive thing. And, you know, I felt like I had more support. And, honestly, I was making more money. And all that went away because of fucking trolls. Unbelievable. Okay. Joe has tipped me $10. Wow, what's up, Joe? Good to see you. He says, hey, Phil, here's a positive start to the week. Getting pizza for lunch. Pizza have a new American wings. They're hickory and brown sugar from Sweet Baby Ray's. Just wondering if you ever had them and are they any good? No, I've never... Wait a minute. Let me think about this. Pizza Hut, isn't that like Wing Street or something? The only time I've ever really got wings from Pizza Hut, I got the boneless ones, and they were pretty gross, just to forewarn you. Now, then again, every Pizza Hut's different, but all they do with the boneless wings, they take basically very general, like, pieces of chicken, breaded chicken, that have nothing on them, and they just pour sauce on top. So I remember it coming in this, like, cardboard container, and I opened it up, and it was basically a cardboard container completely saturated in barbecue sauce, and, you know, some of the boneless wing bites had the sauce. Some of them didn't even have it on it, because it wasn't even evenly distributed. I mean, it was just a mess. And I was looking at it like, wow, I paid like a bunch of money for this, and this is like a ripoff. Now, keep in mind, number one, that might have just been my local Pizza Hut, and number two, that wasn't the regular wings. Those were the boneless wings. I don't know if the regular wings are actually like good chicken wings or whatever. I have no idea. In particular, I'm not a huge fan of chicken wings because they have very little meat on them. It's mostly skin, and I'm going to eat chicken. I prefer a more juicy roasted chicken. I'm not a big chicken wings dude. I never was. Even back in the day when I was younger and I would go to like a sports bar, I wasn't really into the wings. So maybe I'm not the best person to ask about this. All right. So anyway, thank you, Joe, for the $10 tip. I appreciate that very much. Thanks everyone so far for your contributions today. Very, very generous. Kanji Monster cheered and said, did you get the boneless pizza? It's authentic Italian. I always get the boneless pizza. I don't know what you're talking about. It sounds like another meme that I don't understand. Well, thank you for the cheer regardless. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, Joe actually says that wings are one of his favorite snacks. Yeah, see, I'm the complete opposite. See, here's my philosophy. This is the truth. When I go to eat or I want to order food, I'm the kind of guy, I just want the food ready to go. I want to eat it fast, enjoy the flavors, and I don't want a lot of work. So if I'm going to go to a restaurant, don't get the lobster or crab legs where you have to crack things open. I won't order a giant rack of ribs where you go to eat and you get completely covered in shit. And the same thing with wings. Wings are kind of a messy food. When you eat them, especially me with my beard or whatever, I get it all over my face. I don't typically eat that because of it, because it's a messy thing. I just want something that's ready to eat, fork and knife, or your hands, and eat it clean. It's not a big mess. That's what I like to do. That's me. That's my personal preference, okay? I'm not saying chicken wings are bad. I'm just saying I personally don't really like them because they tend to be messy. So, you know, it's one of the things that I don't necessarily enjoy that much, okay? Okay. Yeah, sauce gets everywhere. Exactly. Sauce will freaking... Especially me, you know, I got with my beard... Whenever I try to eat something like that, I end up smelling like it all fucking day. Even if I wash my face in the bathroom after I eat it, I still smell like it all day. I gotta like take a shower to get it off me. Oh, I want to enjoy this delicious chicken wing. Now I gotta go take a shower. See you guys in like a half an hour. So, there you go. Let's see. Oh, Stinkin' Burrows just did a 505-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Stinkin' Burrows, for the cheer. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. You are the top cheerer for today, indeed. Very good. Okay. All right, guys. I think we're good. I want to say again, thanks everyone for your contributions so far today. No, I do not eat pizza with a knife and fork. Oh my god. Someone just asked me, do I eat pizza with a knife and fork? No, because I'm Italian. I know how to eat pizza. Some people can't eat pizza. I'm actually quite good at eating pizza. I use the New York folding method to eat pizza. A lot of people don't understand what that means because they've never had East Coast pizza. But East Coast pizza, a good East Coast pizza, you have to fold the slice to eat it properly. And that's what I use typically when I eat pizza, so it doesn't get everywhere. All right, Ace just cheered. He says, I'm leaving for Israel tomorrow. I won't be here for a few weeks. Have a good stream and early Merry Christmas. Well, Ace, also known as AES, thank you very much for all of your support this year. You've been an amazing viewer and supporter. And I want to say Merry Christmas to you early. Have a good time in Israel. I hope you enjoy it. And hopefully we'll see you back here soon, right? Whenever you come back, come and join us and see what we're up to here on stream. All right, have a good one. Thank you to 2 Bar King also for a 100-bit cheer. Appreciate that. Yeah, Swaggin says, but I thought we came to the conclusion you're not really Italian last night. Exactly. The new controversy, Phil's not really Italian. Yeah, of course I'm not. Oh my god. Stupidity. Oh my god, Cresta Angel just says, it's a pizza, it's not a big deal. Do we need special techniques to eat pizza? Sir, you have offended me greatly. Let me tell you something. I never eat pizza without my protractor. Okay? You always got to get the right angles when you eat a pizza. I pull out a compass, a protractor. I get like this equipment. I set it up. You know how sometimes you see those guys on the road doing like a road survey, and they have like these weird cameras and things they're measuring? That's what I do when I eat pizza. I have to make sure that the ratios are all correct in order for proper pizza devouring. There you go. Yes. Judicious Echoes just cheered 100 bits. Says, I haven't tried Warframe in years, but they made massive changes to it. It's on PS4 free. Plays like Ninja E Mass Effect. Might be something to look at in slow months. Well, if you remember, I did try Warframe when the PS4 launched pretty much 5 years ago now, right? It was one of the free-to-play games. And I did mess around with it for about an hour. I didn't really get it. Now, I don't think an hour for a kind of game is really going to give you much of immersion anyway. But basically, it was free-to-play. I wasn't really interested in it. I don't think those kind of games are games that I'm going to be interested in. They're not my style. I'm not into these online grindy kind of games, free-to-play model, MMOs and stuff. I'm just not into that. So, there you go. Okay. All right, guys. I think it's time to wrap up this pre-stream. It's been pretty long, huh? Again, thanks very much, everyone, for your contributions. You've been very, very generous. I appreciate all of that. And I think it is now time to end the pre-stream and to jump back into Assassin's Creed. If you remember, we're in Olympia, and there's a ton of side missions that have opened up in Olympia for me to do. Plus, I'm going to be doing the Olympics. So, it should be a pretty fun time, all right? All right, guys. Thank you very much for everything. Let's end this. Let's get started. Thank you. Oh, one final thing. Because I showed this yesterday on stream, but I don't know how many of you were here. I wanted to show you something festive for Christmas. I have a picture of my pet rabbit from back in the day when I was young. I don't know how well you're going to see this on webcam. There he is. His name was Bunny. Bunny E. Rabbit. And 12 years he lived. Pretty awesome. My childhood pet right there. I always keep him around in a Christmas ornament. Sometimes I hang it on my tree. Sometimes I just put it around. I'm probably going to find somewhere maybe to hang it in my office, like right here. I have a little nail hanging out of the wall. There we go. My pet bunny, I can see him all month. Pretty nice, huh? All right. So there you go. Kind of cute. Thanks, everybody. Let's end the pre-stream.